All right, for sections 4 and 5, I don't have a ton of stuff. Just a couple of things that I want to remind you of. So you guys are good on inserting tables and changing rows and columns and styles and whatnot. But I do want to remind you for modifying charts. So in here, let me just create a chart. Okay, so there are going to be questions that require you to modify an existing chart. Typically it has to do with this information. So on our chart here, let me close this. And actually I'm going to move this to a new slide. So in here, like, you can put in access titles, change data labels, whatnot, add trend lines that'll show, like, as a whole, is this moving up, is it moving down, whatnot. Those pieces. But we can also update what information is actually in here. So if I go into this edit data, it'll pull up the spreadsheet that it's attached to, and oftentimes you just need to move this over, okay, to limit what information it's including in here. Okay, you don't have to delete it. Like if I take out category 4, that doesn't mean I have to come in here and delete it. I just can shrink this back or not. Okay, so that is something that you should be prepared for adding that information or taking it out. Next, converting lists to smart art. So this means we have a list right here and I want to turn it into smart art. If I highlight this and I insert smart art, let's say I do this one right here, it's not going to work. Okay, inserting smart art will only allow you to create new smart art, whereas if I highlight this, I right click, I can convert to smart art, and then I just tell it the one that I want and it turns it into smart art. Okay, if you do insert smart art and you copy and paste or whatnot, you're not going to get the points for it. So make sure that you, or at least not as many points, you need to highlight it, right click, and convert to smart art. 3D models were certainly on my test. It wasn't anything like super big, but they like gave me the file. Like I just came in here, clicked on the file and inserted it. Like that's as simple as it was. And then it also had me like rotate it, which when you're in 3D models, you can see that. So let's see. If I do this anatomy one, we'll do the lungs. So I have this 3D model, and up here it shows all the different views. So mine just asked me like to set what I wanted it to start at. I had like a bicycle or something that I had to put in there. Okay, so that could be on your test. Okay. Last thing in here on this section is media playback options. So if you, let's see, I'm going to insert a video. And I have one sample video that I can put in here. All right, here's my video. So configure the playback option. So on here, I have on playback, there's different things that you can do. Like you can trim your video so it only plays certain sections of the video, not the whole thing. So you can trim it, you can have it fade in and out, you can set the volume right here. You can tell it to loop until you specifically stop it, or to play in full screen. So like these are the most common, is that it'll have you trim it or change the volume or loop it. But that's where you will see the media playback options. And finally, we have section 5, which is transitions and animation. So I just want to make sure that you understand the different effects that are in here. So if I put in transitions between all my slides, like let's say I put in this morph option, and I can set the duration, like how fast or how slow, how quickly do I want it to advance? Do I have to click for it to advance, or will it automatically advance after so many seconds? But this options will allow you to see different, even more things that you can do with your transition. So oftentimes I've seen it where you are supposed to do like a cover or a push, and you have to change the direction of it. Okay, and then just pay attention if you're supposed to apply it to all or what. And then you can preview. Okay. This area we typically score pretty well in, that's fine. Animations are very similar in that when you put in animations, you can change what options you do here. You can change how long the duration lasts, if there's a delay on your animation, and you can change the order of the animation. So if I have these two things coming up on mine, I'm gonna make that go much faster. If I have these two things, but I want to change them, I can simply click on them and tell them to move, or else I like using the animation pane. So something that I've seen on a lot of tests is this. Let me just put in some shapes here, and I'm going to change the color so that way we can see very obviously what's going on here. Okay, so we have these 3 shapes, and they should come in being animated 1, 2, 3. Okay, but on your test they already have animations and they are out of order. So when this plays, they're not in the correct order, and we can see that by the numbers. You are not supposed to rearrange the shapes. That's not what it wants you to do. What it wants you to do is to simply rearrange these. You can reorder the animation, or you can open up the animation pane and drag and drop it. Make sure that your numbers then go in order. Oh, configure animation paths. So I have seen where you are supposed to, instead of just doing one of these animations, that you have to do a particular path. The most common one that I've seen is just a line path. So this one is animating straight down, and you can have it animate left, right, and whatnot. Setting timing for transitions, you guys should be good on that. So again, if there's anything in particular that you want me to go over, let me know. Otherwise, those are the big ones that I've definitely seen, okay?